Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Barakatham to the hopeful elect. So pretty much, um, you know, get ready for more lockdowns. Um, because here this article it says Biden's coronavirus advisor says lockdown of 4 to 6 weeks could control the pandemic until vaccines arrive, would pay for lost wages. All right, so again, because while people in the world, they're optimistic about this place getting back to the quote normal, the new normal. People are so desperate to get back to normal. All right, the prophets, man, they've been telling you and warning you for many years on the destruction of this place of America. All right, and Lord's willing, hopefully, this could be it. The second lockdown, which could be, hopefully, like I said, hopefully, this is the last lockdown, the final lockdown, until all hell and all mayhem breaks loose. All right, because this guy, Bill Gates, in an interview he did a while ago, he said that people didn't take the first lockdown serious, but he said the next lockdown, that might be the one. People might get it. The second lockdown. All right. And here they said that 4 to 6 weeks of lockdowns, which the last time they did that, they said that, all right, the first lockdown ended up being a lot longer. But I got a couple of videos that I want to play, because again, you got people are optimistic and getting back to the quote unquote normal. All right, people are desperate to get back to their old lives, but this place is finished. All right. I did a video not too long ago because I forgot where it was. I believe it was over there in the UK or somewhere, Australia or somewhere. They were pretty much going into cracking down on these gatherings, because we're in the holiday season. They don't want people, getting together and having these large parties and things of that nature. They were talking about, I'm not sure if it was just the regular policemen or law enforcement or the military, but pretty much going from door to door, cracking down on these gatherings for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I told you, man, because that stuff is coming here, and sure enough, all right, it looks like it's going to happen here. Looks like they're bringing that here, because here it is. You got New York talking about going on shutdown. I believe California, if I'm not mistaken. Chicago is they're setting up curfews. All right, so again, like the elders been saying, all right, little by little they're going to start shutting these cities down. Martial law is going to be fully implemented very soon. All right, so without rambling on too much, I want to play this couple of videos, and I'm going to get into some precepts.
At 143,000, we are in a very, very difficult situation. It's quite problematic. I have said that publicly many times, not to scare people, but to bring a reality check to where we are. If you look,
and that's exactly what because they call the prophets, they call us fear-mongering or fear-mongers, right? But nevertheless, they put out all these exaggerate numbers, to put fear into the people. All right, so they're the fear-mongers, all right, because, and he's gonna say, in this video, but here it is, they're putting all these numbers out here. All these people are getting sick and dying, but Like, where's the proof? If you go to your hospitals, all right, the hospitals, they're not being overrun, all right. I can pretty much guarantee that you um you pretty much don't know anyone who has you don't know of anyone who has this COVID. All right, and if you do, again, it's not like this person has it, that person, and all these people have it. Because again, they're throwing all these exaggerant numbers to put fear into people. Because what's coming next? These vaccinations. All right, they want to get everyone vaccinated. I believe that guy over there, Boris Johnson, over there in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I got to get these countries right. But this guy Boris Johnson, I read somewhere that he was talking about meeting up with Bill Gates to vaccinate the people. All right.
Look at it. We have 10 million infections in the United States, almost 250,000 deaths. We've had 60,000 hospitalizations. And now, last count, we had 143,000 infections in a single day. When I testified before the Congress 4 months ago, I said if we did not get control of this, that we could reach 100,000 infections a day. And people thought I was being hyperbolic. And now look what's happening. That's the bad news. I think the encouraging news that people need to understand that public health measures, not lockdown of the country, but public health measures that are rather simple and easy to understand, the universal wearing of masks, the physical distancing, the avoiding congregate and crowded places, outdoors better than indoors, washing hands. It sounds simple in the context of this ominous outbreak, but in fact it can turn it around, and that's what we really need to do.
And that's all a preconditioning to getting you to accepting the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Once they start rolling out with that, all right, washing your hands, pretty much things that we should have already been doing, but social distancing, wearing face masks. All right, you got this guy Joe Biden talking about putting together a task force to fight this coronavirus. All right, which again, if he makes it past inauguration, if he actually gets in the office, he could very well be the guy to do it, because this guy Joe Biden, man, he looks like the guy that he's not gonna be playing around with this thing. All right, he's gonna be forcing people to wear these masks above your nose and all this other stuff. So again, man, things, and also on another note, because again, if you've been paying attention throughout this year, all right, they've been saying a lot in this order. They've been saying it, pretty much the focus has been on so-called, in other words, the focus has been on blacks, Hispanics, and they even, in some articles I've read, they've put Native American Indians are pretty much the forefront of this disease. All right, so again, just best believe that Jake is going to be the target. All right.
Fortunate, because the first one out of the gate is more than 90%, probably close to 95% effective. So what we're hoping is that those who have vaccine hesitancy, who are skeptical about a vaccine, will see that the efficacy of this is so high that they may change their mind about wanting to get vaccinated. The other part of the good news is that there are other vaccines, some that are almost identical, such as the Moderna product, which will be evaluated in the next week to a few days, that we anticipate, though you never want to get ahead of yourself, that it will be as good or close to that. If that's the case, then you have two of them.
How do we move the needle on that?
All right, so, hey, man, real quick, before I play the other videos, get ready for them, for this flood, man, them troops. All right, because Esau knows that they're going to get a lot of resistance when it comes to these forced vaccinations. Like I said, that guy out there in New York, he wants to vaccinate every New Yorker. All right, people that are something about people coming, or people, New York residents, those that leave for a period of 24 hours, and then they before they come back, they got to get vaccinated, and when they come back, they got to get vaccinated again. And I saw something about how even if, whether they're positive or negative, they still got to quarantine for a certain amount of days. So, and again, that's aside from the fact that he wants to I think what's this guy's name, Cuomo. He wants to vaccinate all New Yorkers. All right, and it might be one of these videos, but just in case it's not, they talked about localizing the or utilizing the local law enforcement to, you know, issue out these vaccines and again, going back to the people with these gatherings for Thanksgiving and Christmas and things of that nature. Like I said, Chicago, that the whatever the mayor's name, the Littlefoot or whatever her name is, talked about a 30-day lockdown. All right, which again, because Jake's not gonna listen, and you got a lot of these contact tracers and basically these snitches. All right, they're encouraged to pretty much snitch on neighbors and other people they see pretty much violating the rules. They can call the local law enforcement and get them involved. So again, man, this is like I said, man, hopefully this is it. Like this guy Joe Biden mentioned about this, we're entering into a dark winter. So hopefully, this is it with these lockdowns. All right, because this place is finished. All right, but real quick, I'm gonna get this in Jeremiah 18:22. It says, "Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them, and they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet." And I brought this out just to say, man, get ready. All right, because this place is in trouble. All right, we're in a time where people are, they think to be in peace and safety, but sudden destruction, man, it's about to come swiftly. It's gonna come so quick and catch people off guard. So it's gonna be so far. It's gonna be so far out there, man. People are just gonna get caught with pretty much their pants hanging down. All right. And again, Lord's will, man. This it takes place, man. This is it. So going back, play this other video. Because again, man, they're exaggerating the numbers to pretty much justify what they're about to do, to justify them forcing vaccinations and bring the military in to issue these vaccinations. All right. This is why they're exaggerating the numbers.
Confidence New Yorkers will take on this challenge we face with just as much energy and resolve as we did in the spring and successfully overcome it just like we did then.
It's like you.
The numbers are really worrisome. And we do profoundly face the danger of a second wave of the coronavirus, and we have to take...
It's not a thing of if it's going to happen. It's going to take place. It's going to happen. All right, a second shutdown, a lockdown is coming. And like I said, hopefully, this is it.
Intensive action to stop it, and that's up to every New Yorker.
And you see, he mentioned intensive action. All right, because they're really about to come down and crack down. And again, the fact that you Jakes being the main targets, you Jakes are going to be the main targets.
To wear their masks, to practice distancing, to really be careful about gatherings, including the family gatherings that we love at the holidays. It's not the time for family gatherings.
It's not the time of long story short, all right, it's better to be in the house of mourning rather than the house of feasting. Because again, here it is. They're in that festival mood, all right? Like I quoted, peace and safety. People are in the mindset that, everything's all right. Joe Biden, he didn't win the presidency, but he just pretty much won the college or the electoral votes or whatever. All right, he's not actual, because that's another thing on another side note. I'm telling people, man, dealing with this presidency, that's not over yet. All right, anything can happen between now and come inauguration. That's why I keep mentioning if he actually gets past inauguration and actually gets into office, because this thing is far from over. All right, and Trump, man, I told a few individuals, man, don't let his pride and his racist, don't let him fool you, because he's actually very brilliant. All right, he's a smart man. He's a businessman. He's very intelligent to an extent. All right, so he's got some tricks up his sleeve. So, that guy, man, Trump, man, he hasn't been quiet for no reason. All right, he's got something up his sleeve, so just watch out for that. But that's on another note.
Except for people who live under the same roof already, it's not the time for travel. Even if people want to go back to their homelands as they do every year, it's not the year for it. There's too much danger. So I want to encourage people to not travel, and asking all of you as trusted messengers to discourage travel, discourage large gatherings, reminding people that gatherings indoors and without masks are really what could potentially be the fuel for a second wave. We can't afford a second wave. A second wave will bring with it restrictions and loss of jobs and income and things that will set us back. So we need to fight together against.
Hey, just look how much damage the first shutdown, how detrimental that was to the economy. All right. So with the second shutdown, man, that's going to completely destroy this place. And again, that's what we're anticipating, we're hoping. All right.
And the second wave of the coronavirus, because, so many businesses have reopened. Schools are back. So many good things have happened. We got to protect those things. And
peace and safety.
Small businesses in particular have been through so much. Many of them have been able to come back. So many are immigrant owned. So many of the restaurants, so many of the neighborhood businesses, they've been able to come back in a lot of cases, but with a tenuous situation. We've got to protect them by fighting back the coronavirus. And obviously, we've tried to help with initiatives like open restaurants, open streets. They've been great for the restaurants. Over 10,000 have successfully participated. Now the Open Storefronts initiative, allowing over 40,000 retail stores to sell their wares out on the sidewalk in front of their stores now through the end of the year, through the holiday season, the biggest shopping time of the year. We're going to put this into effect aggressively right now, see how it goes. It might be something we do even more of in the future if it works. So these are the things that will help us to move forward. Fighting against the coronavirus, taking the right precautions, continuing to support the comeback of New York City, particularly at the grassroots with our small businesses. I say to people all the time, this holiday season, buy local, shop local. Don't go to online as much as you might have.
And I saw something about this is so much information coming out. It's hard to keep up, but I saw something about and I believe it was an elder might have did a video on it about an article going into how they're pretty much going back into limits for per household. They're putting limits on certain how much supplies that you can get per household. I believe they're going back to that.
The past, help our community businesses survive by spending your money there. A lot of people don't have as much money this year, I know that. But to the extent people have money to spend for the holidays, shop local, help the mom and pop stores in your community. So there's some quick openings. Just to say, I have great confidence New Yorkers will take on this challenge we face with just as much energy and resolve as we did in the spring and successfully overcome it, just like we did then.
So again, man, this place is done, man. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Because one thing about these holidays, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, Yahweh Shemel Shai is not with it. He hates it. All right. Get that in Amos 5. Well, I started Amos 5. I'll start at verse 12. It says, "For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor and the gate from their sight." Yeah, because hey man, the saints, man, we're crying out to you. How about Shemel Shai? All right, those in the right spirit, man, they're vexed daily. I gotta put up and deal with these things. All right. But nevertheless, those prayers aren't going unheard. All right. Yahweh Shemel Shai is, because these people, man, basically they're just adding sin unto sin, all right, and setting themselves up for failure. All right, Lord, He's watching these people, man. It said the manifold transgressions. All right. In verse 13 it says, "Therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time." And evil times are we coming into. All right. And again, like I said, hopefully this second shutdown that's coming is not gonna. It's not a thing of if it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, because there, as the scriptures say, a time that has never been since the earth was created, Jacob's trouble. All right, evil times that we're coming into. All right, very, very, very bad times that we're coming into. Judgment is gonna actually, I think this in this chapter, because the people, all right, and their meaningful transgressions, all right, living day to day in just filthiness and in sin, all right. I'll jump down to verse 16. It says, "Therefore Yahweh, the power of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, Alas, alas. And they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such as are skillful of lamentation to wailing." Because that's what's coming. All right. A lot of death, woe, destruction, mourning. All right. Like I quoted, it's better to be in the house of mourning rather than to be in the house of feasting, because those that are in the house of mourning now, all right, their mourning is going to be turned into laughter. And those that are, in that festival spirit now, they're going to be there. The script is going to flip drastically. All right. Verse 17, it says, "And in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through these, saith Yahweh." Yeah, because again, Yahweh Shemel Shai is bringing some heavy judgments upon this place. All right. But dealing with this, these holidays, all right, these high holidays on the left hand. Verse 21, it says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. So again, when people are coming together and praying and singing kumbaya all over that's an unclean sacrifice. That's one of those sacrifices that Yahweh Shemel Shai doesn't accept. He turns his ear from. All right, because like I said, he hates when Jake come together and they're praying over that pork belly and all that other crap. All right, Yahweh Shemel Shai, he hates it. All right, and again, we get to a point where, because the Lord has dealt with this for a long time. All right, He's put up with it for long enough. And again, the time is coming where the Lord is going to say, "Man, that's it, man. Let and the show's going to, it's going to start." All right. Again, going back to where it said in the previous verse, evil times that we're coming into. Judgment is going to pour out like waters, man. Verse 22 says, "Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts." So you see, because again, you're offering up wicked sacrifices unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, a sacrifice that he's not accepting. Not only does he not accept, but again, he hates it, and again, he's tired of it. He's sick of it. Verse 23 says, Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows." Because again, coming together and singing kumbaya around the Christmas tree and around the Thanksgiving dinner and all that other crap. All right, the Lord he doesn't accept that. That's a wicked sacrifice. All right, and again, reading on to verse 24, says, "But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream." So again, judgment is just going to pour out without non-stop, man. All right, and again, if you know the precepts, man, there's some heavy judgments that are set to take hold upon this place, especially here in America, Babylon the Great. All right, like I said, man, this place is through, it's finished. All right, and very soon, man, because Ecclesiastes 8:11 talks about it says, let me get it, Ecclesiastes 8:11. "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily." So just because you don't get judged for your crimes right then and there, all right, right on the spot, all right, it says, "Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil." But the point being that because people, because again, people are just going by their day-to-day lives, just living in sin because they're not getting judged for it right then and there. But the day's gonna come, man. Hey, man. That's not gonna be a thing, all right? Because again, judgment is gonna be taking place on the spot, and judgment is gonna be pouring out like waters. It's just gonna be coming nonstop. All right. We'll go to Isaiah 1:14, or matter of fact, before I get that, I'm gonna go to 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back there first. Isaiah 1:14. It says, your new moons and your appointed feast, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And again, that's going back to the whole, because as we're entering into the holiday season, right? People are getting ready for this wicked Thanksgiving and the wicked, Christmas, things that we shouldn't be partaking in. All right. Those are customs of the heathens. And then ultimately it goes back to idolatry. All right. The Lord, he's tired of it. That's why I said the latter part says, I am weary to bear them. The Lord is tired of these wicked sacrifices and you coming together and singing these kumbayas and, all this other stuff. The Lord is tired of it. Praying over the food, right? What's the scripture say? Who can pray over an unclean? Who can pray over an unclean thing? Not one. All right. So no matter how many times you pray over the pork belly and all that other crap, all right, defiled foods, it's not going to make it clean, and it's not going to turn it into an acceptable sacrifice to Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord is tired of it. Verse 15, it says, and when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. So you see, the Lord is sick and tired. He's sick, like they say in the word, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And eventually, man, the Lord is going to act. All right. Judgment is coming, man. And like I keep saying, man, the Lord's will, this second shutdown that's looming. All right. This is it, man. This is going to be the domino effect, man, because again, man, from there, man, things are just going to spiral out of control. All right. People are going to, just eventually they're going to get sick and tired of just, being locked up in the home, and you're going to have more and more riots and protests against the government on these lockdowns and things of that nature and martial law. This is just, like I said, from there, it's going to be pretty much like the domino effect, because the fire has already been sparked. It's already been lit. All right. There's already protests around the world globally. All right. You already got other places that are going on lockdown and they're shutting down again. All right. And again, that stuff is to come here, but now I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, because, man, people, they've just wallowed in sin so long. All right. This place is in trouble and it's not coming back. 2nd Ezra 15 is starting at verse 26. It says, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him. Because again, the Lord is paying attention. All right. Everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, the angels are right there recording, writing it down, and they report back to the Heavenly Father on a daily basis. All right. So there's no getting around this. All right. It says, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. So ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be the one to give you over to all the hell that's about to take place. All right. It's all coming from Yahweh Shem Shah. He's the one that's allowing you to ultimately, you being destroyed. It's from Yahweh Shem Shah. Verse 27, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. So there's no escaping this. So once again, all right, you got people trying to flee America, trying to flee out of Babylon. You got over there in France, because France is one of those places that, they had the lockdown or whatever. And people, they were trying to get the hell out of Dodge. You had the mass exodus. All right. But again, no matter where you go, man, I mean, if you don't have the hedge of protection from Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to be you're going to fall under these curses. All right. No matter where you go, you can't escape. It says, for the Most High shall not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. So again, if you haven't taken the time out now to seek repentance and mercy from Yahweh Shem Shai, then he's not going to deliver you, from these evils that are coming. He's not going to be there to save you. The scriptures talk about how the Lord's going to hide his face. He's going to hide himself. All right. He's going to be a full partaker in the wrath, the full cup of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. This place is in trouble. Matter of fact, let me jump up, because this was the verse. This was the point, verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because again, these places, man, they're going to slowly but surely, they're going to start shutting down. They're going to close these cities off. All right. And again, you can expect more, riots and protests, which again, that's going to cause martial law. All right. Because again, people, man, they can only take being indoors for so long. and people can only take being told how much they can buy, what they can buy when they can come out. They can only take that being locked up for so long. All right. Just like the first lockdown, you had a lot of people committing suicide and depression and all this stuff because they couldn't handle it. You know, because these people, man, they're so used to being comfortable, but little by little, all right, Yahweh Shemashah is going to take away that comfortable state. You know, taking away that which is comfortable to these people, little by little. All right, and that's going to cause people to lash out. So this is why they're going to again, they're going to, because I always say this, man, you're going to start seeing shootouts with the police and eventually the military, and you're going to have all these wars going on, civil war, civil unrest. All right, and like I said, the fire has already been sparked. It's already been lit. All right. But verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, because again, man, these people, these Babylonians, man, they're prideful as hell. Again, they're comfortable. They're used to being comfortable. And once you start taking away that comfortable, what's comfortable to these Babylonians, all right, they're not used to that. They're not going to be used to it. And this is why they're just going to lash out. They're going to go back to that beast state, and it's just going to be a bunch of brute beasts out here. All right? Because you can't tell these Americans nothing, man. You know, these are prideful people. But nevertheless, man, this place is done. Get a few precepts dealing with the mirth, how the mirth is done, man. The mirth is gone. Isaiah 24, starting at verse 8. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. All right. Because again, the mirth of this place is done, man. Here it is. They're talking about, because pretty much, and the apostles and elders and all them and all them, and they've said this a while ago, man. They said this, how, eventually, man, you want to go to these venues and you want to go watch a baseball game and all this stuff. You're going to have to have a COVID pass. And that's what they're talking about now. Because they're talking about bringing the NBA back in December. All right. And all these sports events, but you're going to have a COVID pass or something along those lines. But nevertheless, man, nothing's going to be the same. This place is done one way or the other. Verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Because also on another note, man, like I said, once they started opening restaurants back up, right, and it just wasn't the same. Certain places you couldn't eat inside, or certain places they had certain sections blocked off, and it's like one table here, then the next table is closed off, then you have to sit at it's nothing's the same. You gotta wear the freaking mask when you're trying to eat. People are getting kicked off the airlines, getting kicked out of planes because they're trying to eat the little snacks or whatever, and you gotta take your mask off to eat. But that's not good enough. People are getting kicked off the airline. This place is done. The mirth of this place is finished. All right, the joy of this place is finished. It's not the same, and it's not going back to the what you once knew. This place, the life is about to change drastically. It already has. It says, verse 10, it says the city of confusion is broken down, which is talking about Babylon. All right, confusion. This place is a melting pot of just nothing but confusion. All right. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Yeah, because very soon, all right, the scripture talks about that in the second Esdras, either the 15th or the 16th chapter. All right, there's going to be two to three people to a city, 10 people, just 10 people in the city. All right, because this place is going to get so bad. All right, because again, man, this place is done. It's finished. There's no healing for Babylon. And righteously so, man, because again, man, this place is gone in wickedness long enough. This place is long overdue. I keep saying this. This place is long overdue for judgment. All right. So again, man, the mirth of this place is gone, and you still got people trying to, pretty much, make something out of this place. When it's going to be to no travail. You got Israelite camps talking about buying land and building a Hebrew Israelite community for what? This place is about to be destroyed. This place is done. From there, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 7 and 34. See if this thing's still recording, because I've been having some... Okay, we're still recording. Jeremiah 7 and 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem. All right, let's talk about so-called black expansionary Canadians. All right, Jake is in trouble. That's, you know, the whole, you know, that's the whole point of Jacob's trouble. All right, Jake is in trouble. It says the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. All right, and you got these entertainers suffering. All right, musicians, they it's just not, things is just not the same. All right, so you got entertainers, you got artists, you got to they can't go on tour, they're losing money. All right, this place is through. All right, the Lord is taking the mirth out of this place, and like I said, righteously so. Good riddance, because we're tired of this place. We hate this place. Go to Hosea 2 and 11. It says, I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. So you see, the Lord is shutting the curtain on this place of America. All right, there's not going to be no more, freaking big Christmas parties and Thanksgiving dinners and all that's done. The Lord is taking all that, taking all that joy away. This place is through, man. So if you haven't taken the time out, man, then hey, man, if you haven't taken the time out to seek Yahweh Shemel Shai, because they just did a whole YouTube just crashed worldwide. And I said this in the previous video that I did about it, concerning that me personally, I do believe that was a sign from Yahweh Shemel Shai that he's about to shut it down, man. He's about to shut this internet down. The famine of the word is coming. I believe that was a sign. But we're just continuing to wait and see what's going to happen, what's going to take place. All right, more lockdowns, more shutdowns, more civil unrest. All right, and I'm gonna play this video. And I'll just let it play out, and I'll end it on there. So with that, I'm gonna give all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, I say shalom.
Fundamental truth.
So if you were to somehow get inside the brain of any authoritarian, you would find that their fantasies aren't the conventional fantasies. An authoritarian fantasizes about controlling you. And coronavirus is given the perfect pretext to do that. Now they force their way into your home. You're not going to believe this story. Rick Leventhal has it for us. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Tucker, for anyone in New York or California, it'll be a holiday season like no other. Two governors with similar mandates arguing the only way to slow the spread of COVID-19 is to start shutting down again. Starting this Friday night, a 10 p.m. curfew will be in effect for every bar, restaurant, gym, and liquor store in the state of New York. Restaurants can still serve food curbside for pickup or delivery, but no alcohol to go. And indoor and outdoor gatherings on your own property will be limited to no more than 10 people. Governor Andrew Cuomo says the parties are the problem, blaming them for the spike in cases, and says if the new restrictions don't slow the spread, he may shut down gyms and indoor dining altogether. And he's demanding New York City's mayor deploy the NYPD to enforce the new rules.
There are only two fundamental truths in this situation. It's individual discipline, and it's government enforcement.
And over here on the left coast, Governor Gavin Newsom has issued similar new guidelines ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. No more than 3 households can gather together at a time. Gatherings must be outside and last 2 hours or less. Attendees can use restrooms as long as they're frequently sanitized, and singing, chanting, and shouting are strongly discouraged. Tucker, I swear I did not make these up.
I was literally just thinking that exact same thing. Rick Leventhal has gone rogue. He's writing fake news again.
No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I'm just telling you what he said.
It's just unbelievable. So much is. Rick Leventhal, thank you for that.
Sure.